Welcome back to another video in our Android Starter course. So basically here we're going to talk about something called GitHub, which is a version control system that we can use to take all of our code and not only save it and back it up, but we can track the changes over time as well as upload it to the internet so that other people can access it and we can collaborate and work together. So basically I have this project here with just a couple. I've got a car class, an electric car class, and then a main activity and a very simple GUI. And basically this is a project that we built in our last class, and now I'm going to show you how to take this and upload it to GitHub. So the first thing you need to do is open up your GitHub, which is a website you can go to, just github.com. I'll put that in the description. I'll put the link for that in the description down below. If you don't have a GitHub account, you need to create one. Once you create one, it'll bring you here. You click up on your little icon in the top right corner, click on your repositories. In here, we are going to make a new repository. And this one, I'm just going to call it object-oriented demo. And then in here, this is our object. You could just put a short little description. Our object-oriented demo that we did in class with a simple UI. So now I have this. You have the option between a public repository or a private repository, depending on who you want to be able to see it. I'm just going to leave this at public now so you guys can all see this. And then I'm going to come down here and click Create Repository. And once I have the repository created, it's going to look like this. So basically, I need to copy this link right here. So all I need to do is click this little button, and that'll copy that to our clipboard. Now we come back to Android Studio. From here, you'll see up on our menu bar up here, there's this option for VCS, and VCS stands for Version Control System. So if I click on that one and come down here, there's a couple different ways that you can do this, but the way I'm going to do it, I'm just going to click on this Create Git Repository. So click on that and select OOP Demo. Well, for you, select whatever your project is called, which it'll show you up here what your project is called. But for me, because I want to create the Git repository for this OOP demo, I'm going to select that project, hit OK. And now you'll notice everything has gone red here. And basically what that means is I have changes that are not committed to my repository, which basically everything is a change right now because I just made the repository. So if we come up to Git and we click Commit, and then this is going to show you all of our what we're calling unversioned files. And basically, I want this entire project in there. So I'm going to click the top one, which is going to give me everything. And I'm going to give a just a short little description message down here. So initial commit for OOP demo project. So there's two buttons down here. This commit button, that's going to commit it to a local Git repository. And then this commit and push will commit it to a local repository as well as push it up to a repository up on the internet somewhere. So for now, if I hit commit, and you'll notice I've got 11 warnings here. And we could go through and fix all of these. In fact, we probably should, but just for a demo here, I'm not going to worry about the warnings. I'm going to click commit anyway, which will go ahead and commit all of those files. You can see down here, 44 files committed, initial commit for OOP demo project. Now, if I come back to my project window, everything's white, which means everything's up to date with what I have in my repository. But if I come in here and say I make a change in this file, now you can see that file, main activity, has changed from white to blue text. Or if I come over to the car and let's say I make a change there, car also changes from white to blue. So anytime I make changes, I can track all the changes I've made based on the color file. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that because we don't really want that. And now what we have is we have all of our code committed to a local repository. which we can use. But if I come here and look at this again, this online repository is still empty. So we want to actually push our code to the online repository so that we can collaborate and share it with other people. So to do that, click on this button over here, which is your copy button. That's going to copy this URL to your clipboard. Then come back to Git, click push, and we need to click on this define remote. So paste that URL in there. And if you're not already logged into your Git account on Android Studio, it's also probably going to prompt you here for your username and password. So obviously when you make your Git account, make sure to take note of what those are. And then now all we do is hit push. And you can see down here, it says pushing. And now push master to new branch, origin master. So now if I look back at my GitHub window and I hit refresh on that, you can see we've got a directory structure here that looks very similar to our directory structure in Android. Here's our build.gradle. Click in here. Here's our other build.gradle, source, main. Res is going to be where all your resource files are. Here's your Android manifest. Click on this one, and you can see we've got our car, our electric car, and then our main activity. So that's basically how you can share your projects on GitHub. And then if you ever want to pull anything down from GitHub, that's also very easy to do. All you do is, I believe, you just click on the code, and you can just click this download zip button right here. Or if you want, you can pull it directly from this using Android Studio. But the easier way is just to click this download zip, and that's going to give you a zip file that you download, and you can just unzip that, and then you'll have all of the code from this project. So that's just a real quick overview of Git. Obviously, there's a ton more that we could go into, but for now, as we go forward in this class, this is going to be something very helpful for you to use. So I definitely recommend that you upload your homework onto Git. Actually, you're going to be required to upload any of your homework if you're taking this class. You're going to be required to upload all of your homework from here on out onto GitHub, just because that's going to be a better way for turning in projects and for grading.